Hey guys, it's John from ListMe Realty again. And first I want to apologize, I'm in my workout clothes, but I just wanted to go over a few things as far as the home buying process. I've been getting asked a lot, what are the steps and things I need to do to buy a home, right? So I put together some notes and some talking points here that I'll be going over, and I'll kind of better explain to you guys what the process of buying a home actually is, right? So, like I said, let me apologize. I'm in my workout clothes, but I just wanted to get this up, while it was on the top of my mind. So I put this together real quick, and I'll kind of explain it in this video really quick, right? Preparing to buy tips, mortgage selection tips, home shopping tips, home purchasing tips, everything that goes into buying a home, right? And most importantly, preparing to buy tips. So start saving early. Don't let that scare you. There's a lot of different mortgage plans out there that require different down payments and things like that, depending on, what you can afford. So your down payment requirement will depend on the type of mortgage you choose and the lender. Some conventional loans aimed at first-time home buyers with excellent credit allows as little as 3% down, but even a small down payment can be challenging to some. For example, a 3% down payment on $300,000 is $9,000. So make sure to use a down payment calculator to decide what your goals are, and then set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account, because you will need a down payment unless you're doing a VA loan, which is 0% down, for us veterans out there. So closing costs, these are fees and expenses you pay to finalize your mortgage, right? And they typically range from 2 to 5% of the loan amount. You can ask the seller, I would definitely ask the seller anytime that you're buying a home to contribute to a portion of your closing cost, so you can save on that. You could save on other expenses such as home inspections and things like that by shopping around. And of course, your move-in expenses. You'll need some cash on hand for all of that. So set some money aside for anything like that as well. Any upgrades that you want to the house, furnishings, things like that, right? So first, decide how much you can afford. Figure out how much you can safely spend on a house before starting to shop. You could use a home affordability calculator. Set your price range based on your income, your debt, your down payment, credit score, and things like that. Next, which is really important, and actually it's probably the most important because you can't even get started without, a certain credit score, right? So check and strengthen your credit. Your credit score will determine whether you qualify for a mortgage and which mortgage you qualify for. So get free copies of your credit reports from the 3 credit bureaus, which is Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and dispute any errors that could hurt your score. Pay all your bills on time and keep credit card balances as low as possible. Keep current credit cards open. Closing a card will increase the portion of available credit you use. I went over this in the last video about your credit and how to build your credit and the steps you need to take. So explore mortgage options, right? Not many people know what all their options are. There's a variety of mortgages out there which vary in down payment, eligibility requirements, and things like that. So your conventional mortgages are not guaranteed by the government. Some conventional loans targeted at first-time home buyers require as little as 3% down. Your FHA loans are insured by the Federal Housing Administration and allow down payments as low as 3.5%. Your USDA loans, which are guaranteed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, but you're doing residential right now, so I don't think you'll be using those. Your VA loans are guaranteed by the Department of Veteran Affairs. So I've actually used a VA loan a couple times, and it's a really good program. They're for current and veteran military service members, and usually requires 0%. Zero down. It's a 0 down payment, right? You also have options when it comes to the mortgage term. Most home buyers opt for a 30-year fixed rate, which is paid off in 30 years and has an interest rate that stays the same. You can also use a 15-year loan, typically, which has a lower interest rate, right? Because you're paying more than the 30-year mortgage, and the monthly payments are typically higher. Research your first-time buyer assistance programs. Many cities and states and counties offer first-time home buyer programs, which often combine low interest rate mortgages with down payment assistance programs and closing cost assistance. Tax credits are also available through some first-time home buyer programs. So compare your mortgage rates and fees, get the pre-approval letter. Right, you typically can't submit offers. I mean, you can, but sometimes they won't even look at your offer unless you have the pre-approval letter. So make sure you get that from your lender. Let's see. Home shopping tips. Choose a real estate agent carefully. We already know who you're going to choose. That's us at ListMe Realty. Just kidding. But it's really important that you choose a good real estate agent, because ultimately they're the ones representing you. They have your back. They're going to look out for your best interest. So make sure you make that an important thing, an important part of the process, right? Pick the right type of house and neighborhood. Obviously, you don't want to move into somewhere you don't typically like the neighborhood or anything like that. You want to do what's best for you and your kids, your family, whether it's the school districts or whatever the case may be. Definitely decide on the neighborhood and the right type of house. Don't settle for something that you don't want. Stick to your budget. A lender may offer to loan you more than what is comfortably affordable, or may feel pressure to spend outside your comfort, or you may feel pressure to spend outside your comfort zone to beat another buyer's offer. To avoid financial stress down the road, set a price range based on your budget and then stick to it. That's very important. Stick to your budget. Make the most of open houses. Online 3D home tours have become popular amid the COVID-19 pandemic. These tours let shoppers virtually walk through a home at any hour and observe details through regular photos and videos. They don't supply all of the information in person, like in-person visitors do. Like, you know, I don't even want to say what's on here. It says like how the carpets smell, but they can help you narrow the list of properties you visit, right? I don't know why I would say that on here. Home purchasing tips continued. Pay for your home inspection. That's very important. You got to know what's going on with the home. It's a thorough assessment of the structural mechanical systems. Professional inspectors look for potential problems so you can make an informed decision about buying your property. Here are some things to keep in mind, right? So standard inspection doesn't test for things like radon, mold, or pest. Understand what's included in the inspection and what other inspections you might need. Make sure the inspector can get to every part of the house, such as the roof and any crawl spaces. Traditionally, the buyer attends the inspection, right? By following the inspector around, you can get a better understanding of the home and ask questions on the spot. Anything that you may be concerned about, you can ask the inspector right there. Negotiating with the seller, right? You may be able to save money by negotiating with the seller. Right now in today's market, people are getting way over asking price, so I'm not quite sure negotiating with the seller may work. But I mean, the worst that happens is you're told no, right? And you know, something that's very important that I learned the hard way on one of my flip properties is the adequate home insurance. Your lender will require you to buy home insurance before closing the deal, and that covers the cost to repair or replace anything in the home that's been damaged by an accident that's covered by the policy, right? So I just wanted to go over a few things in the home buying process and the steps that you can take or what to expect. This is for first-time buyers as well as anybody that has bought a home before that kind of didn't really know what they were doing in the process. So if you have any questions, as always, leave a comment, DM us, or anything like that. We're here to educate you, and we just want you to get the most of all the information and content that we provide.